Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a topic that is absolutely critical for your GCSE computer science exam, the operating system. All right, here's our plan. We're going to break it down into 6 parts, and we're following the official exam spec to a T, so you know you're getting exactly what you need. So, first things first, what actually is an operating system? Let's kick things off with a simple idea. Think of it like this. A computer is full of different parts. The processor, the memory, the screen. But who's the boss? Who's the one in charge making sure everything works together? Well, that's the operating system. Its main job is to be the manager of the whole machine. It's what we call systems software. It runs the computer itself, and it creates the stage for all your other programs, your games, your web browsers, to actually do their thing. Now, here's the great part for your revision. You don't have to guess what you need to learn. The exam board, OCR, literally gives you a blueprint of what's expected. This right here is the exact wording from the J277 specification. So this isn't just a hint, it's your revision checklist. If you can nail this stuff, you are on a direct path to getting those marks. And the spec breaks it down even further into these 5 key functions. These are the big 5. You've got to know them inside and out. So let's get into it and tick them off one by one. Okay, let's begin with the one you probably use every single day without even thinking about it, the user interface. So the user interface, or UI, is basically the bridge between you and the machine. Whether you're clicking on nice shiny icons in a graphical user interface, a GUI, or you're typing commands into a black screen on a command line interface, a CLI, it's the OS that's handling your instructions and making it all happen. Next up, let's look behind the scenes. We're going to see how the OS performs 2 absolutely critical jobs, juggling the computer's memory and managing all the extra bits and pieces plugged into it. This is where it gets really clever. Ever wondered how you can have music playing, a browser open with 20 tabs, and be typing an essay all at the same time? Well, that's the OS at work. It carves up the RAM, gives each program a little slice, and then tells the CPU to switch between them incredibly fast. It creates this amazing illusion that they're all running at once. It's actually just super fast task switching. And what about your printer, your mouse, your keyboard? These are all called peripherals. The OS manages them using these tiny little pieces of software called drivers. Just think of a driver as a translator. Your OS doesn't speak Canon printer, but the driver does, and it allows them to have a perfect conversation. All right, the final 2 functions are all about organization. It's about keeping things secure, structured, and making sure your data isn't just a chaotic mess. If you've ever shared a computer at home or school, you've seen this in action. The OS is what creates separate user accounts, what controls who's an administrator and can install stuff, and who's a standard user. It's all about keeping things secure and personal. And finally, file management. Honestly, every single time you save a document, create a folder, or drag a file to the recycling bin, that's the operating system doing all the heavy lifting. It keeps a huge, complex map of where every little piece of your data is stored on the hard drive, so you can find it instantly. Okay, that was a lot to cover. So let's wrap this all up into a simple, powerful checklist that you can take away and use for your revision. Here they are again, the 5 core functions. If you can confidently walk into that exam and explain what each of these 5 things is and why it's important, you are going to be in a fantastic position to smash any question they throw at you on this topic. And I'll leave you with this little challenge. Next time you hit save on a file, just pause for a second and think about it. You're using the user interface to click save. The file management system is finding a place for it, and memory management is keeping that application running smoothly. The OS is the invisible engine driving it all. Get your head around these 5 functions, and you'll be golden. Good luck.